Hello guys, Monkted here. Welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be making a sword swinging simulator. It's kind of like where you swing your sword at an NPC. The NPC dies and then you get coins from it. But as you can see right here, I have this sword, which I made in Blender a while back, and I used it for a different game. So I just took it from that, and I already have it kind of made. There's no scripts in it because I'm pretty sure I deleted all of them. Yeah, there's a point light on it to make it look a little bit shinier. If you guys don't have a sword, I'll be showing you guys how to do that right now. So just insert a part right here, and then just move it up a little bit, and we will make it thinner. Like that is probably good. We can drag it down a little bit and make the blade. So I will make it about that thin. And then now we need a triangle. So if we have any parts for that, a wedge probably work. So we can just craft that down to the same size, or build it down. And we'll put two of these side by side. Alright, so now we have like the tip kind of when we're done making this. Yeah, so we'll just duplicate it. So Control D and then Control R twice, and then we're gonna move it over to the other side. And as you can see, it is a little bit, it's crossing over a little bit, so we just scale this back once, scale this back once, and we still have something in the middle, so I'll change my move tool to 0.05, so we can just move this one, should go halfway, this one halfway, and now we have our sword. Now if we click on both of these, or all three of these, we click union, it's gonna make this all one part now. So we can just name it to tip or blade. Not clade, blade. Make sure you spell that right. And then we're gonna need the handle. We can make this a different color if you want. You can just make it like, oh, it's a union right now. Make sure if you want to color it to a different, color. Otherwise, if you accidentally did what I did and you didn't color it, just click separate right there. The next thing we're going to be doing is making the handle. So insert we'll do another block. Make it pretty thin. I don't know if this sword is to size because this block is pretty big compared to the sword. If we just go into plugins and then build a rig and then block rig, this sword is a little bit small. Actually, it's fine. So we'll delete this, and then we can go back to this and make the handle. So we'll just scale it down like that and line it up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's good. And then we'll just duplicate this, or we'll bring it down one. Right there. If we duplicate it, scale it down, bring in the sides, bring in these sides. You know what, we'll do a cylinder for this one. And then Control T to flip it up like that. Scale it down about there. Scale it up. Bring it over here, and then we'll just put it on the bottom. And then after this, we will be grouping it together. So that is way too big. Something like that will probably be good. And you guys definitely want to spend more time on this, because this is a game you'll be spending time on. But I already have a sword, so I'm just gonna quickly showing you how to do it. As you can see, there's like a little bit of the part sticking through. So maybe like scale this down. And yeah, it's gonna be my sword for now. I guess it turned out kind of nice. But I suggest making one in Blender. If you don't know how to, I'm sure there's some good tutorials out there. And then if we just name this to handle. Actually, what did I name this one to? Yeah, handle top. Maybe don't name it to handle, name it to handle top, because we're going to be naming something else handle, and we don't want it to interfere. handle, top, and then we can just name this to grip, handle grip. Then if we take all of these, and then, well actually we're gonna need to insert a part, and then bring it to the sword. And this will be the hitbox. That kind of will keep the sword together. Like that. You're just gonna want to make it so that this is all around it, and that there's like as thin as possible without any of the sword like sticking out. So that's good. That's good. Do this side. Drag it up. And then I'm gonna say that's good for now. We'll change the transparency to 1. The anchored. Do I have it anchored here? Nope. So we're gonna change this part to not anchored, and we're gonna name it to handle. And then I don't think these are gonna be anchored either. Nope. So on anchor all of these parts, I think they already are because normally they are. Yeah, so they aren't anchored. Make the can collide to false because this is gonna be the sword we're swinging around. We want it to go through the NPCs, so do that. And then drag the handle grip, the handle top, and the blade into the handle. And then what we're gonna be doing is adding some weld constraints so it stays together. So insert a weld constraint 3 times and change part 0 to handle for all of them. So what this is doing is making it so all these parts are welded to the handle. So wherever the handle goes, these will be welded, or wherever the blade goes, the handle will be welded. So change part 0 to handle, change part 1 to blade. You want to do it for the first one for blade, the second one for handle grip, and the third one for handle top, or whatever you named it to. And since this one's blade, we'll name it to blade constraint, like that. And then we'll name this to handle grip constraint, and then we can name this one a handle top constraint. And then if this worked right, if you just click play or run or whatever, then this should just fall on the ground kind of like this, and it shouldn't break at all, or like it shouldn't fall apart because of the weld constraints. So you want to test that out, see if it worked. If I did anything wrong, I think all of these are right. Yep, so all of these are right. And then the last thing you're going to want to do is insert a tool. So this is going to be in the tool or the starter pack. So we'll just name this to sword. Starter sword. Starter sword, like that. We'll drag the handle into it. And then if you quickly just put that in the toolbox, I'll probably actually save this sword in server storage for when we use other swords, but I'll put this one in starter pack because we'll need that. And if I just join the game, alright, so now that we're in the game, you guys can see there's a sword, and when I take it out, it looks like it's on my hand, right? Because I think I might have done that in a different thing. But if I click, it's not doing anything because we haven't got an animation. But if I unclick it and it works, there's kind of like a point light that goes on. There's one more thing I need to show you guys. So if we just click stop, then we need to go into this sword. If you guys made a sword, or any sword basically, we're gonna go into plugins and tool grip editor. This costs like 5 Robux I think, but it's really worth it because we need to use it for some stuff. So it shows you, this is what the sword, as you can see my dummy right here, that is going to be what the sword looks like on your character. So we don't want to hold it by the blade, so we're going to drag the hand down a little bit, and then we're also going to rotate it. So we're going to go to home, click on the rotate button, and we're going to rotate the attachment like this. And also we can just drag it back a little bit. So like this. I think that's how you hold it. That looks good to me. Maybe drag it down even more. That's probably good to me. I like how that looks. So we're just gonna be going with this, right? Alright, I'm gonna stop fidgeting with that now. But that's basically how you edit it, so when you join the game, that's how the sword's gonna look. As you can see, when you exit out of this might be here, you can just click on it and it will delete it. If we go to and bring this sword out, if I go into plugins, tool group editor, you can see how that one looks. It's a little bit bigger. So if you want, you can make this sword bigger. I'm gonna exit out of it and then put this in server storage. I'll name this sword to starter sword as well. And then I'll put that in starter pack. And as you guys can see, when I went in there, it didn't do anything. So we're gonna be doing that now. We're just gonna make an animation. So actually, if we put this in workspace again, build a rig, block rig, and then if we insert the starter sword into the dummy, as you can see, it's already on the dummy's hand like that because it's a tool. So if we go into animation editor, or what do you guys have, whatever you guys have to use to animate, I'll have a link to this plugin in the description. Or actually no, this comes with Roblox, so if you use a different animator, then you probably know how to use it. But we'll just click on the rig. We'll name it to Sword Swing 1. And we'll just click create. And the first thing we'll do is we want the player to line up. So we'll start off like this, so a little bit forward, and we'll make the player's torso go like that. We'll rotate this back. Like this. So it looks like they're using their whole, my mouse. Well, they're using their whole body to turn, so we can just maybe move that back, this forward. We'll move this arm so it looks like it's going over their head. And basically this is what is going to be the animation. Why isn't it letting me click on it? There. We'll use this. This will be the animation we use. We can rotate this like that. Or rotate the hand. This part. When it comes down. So we'll move this here. And we'll rotate this a little bit like that. We'll rotate this down. So this is going to be what they're doing. If you guys have never used an animation editor, I would go watch a tutorial on that, but for this video it's going to probably take too long. So if you look, that's what it's going to look like when they're swinging their sword down. I can move this arm back a little bit. Move it forward just a bit. That much, and we'll swing the torso this way. And make the arm move even more than that. So we'll have this fully extended. Why won't it let me click on this? Why is it doing that? So we'll have this fully extended. Alright. So we can move this to go a little bit faster. It's lagging a little bit. And we'll just move the torso all the way like that. Alright, so the last thing we're going to do is make the head turn so it's facing all the time. Right here. Also have the head facing. So, if we just export this. So, publish to Roblox. Yeah. And then you're just gonna like make this. I'll just make it, I guess. But yeah, so you'll have this. I already have a sword swing one that I want to use, so I'm gonna be using that. Copy this right here before you close this. Click on it. It's gonna. Oh my gosh, what just happened? Copy this. It's gonna say ID copied. Exit out of this thing and then yeah, just take your starter sword. Oh. So take your starter sword, move it into starter player, delete your dummy, unless you want to save that animation. Oh my bad, starter pack like that. So then you can insert a script instead of your handle. And insert that script, you're gonna make it to animation. And we're gonna do local animation ID equals, and then I actually need to go get my ID real quick. Alright, so now that I have my ID right here, so it should look something like this, right? And then you're going to want to put the parentheses around it. So if yours are just numbers, just add this real quick. This RBX asset ID colon, zoom in for you can see it. And yeah, you can just do that. So we'll just make a few more variables. So local sword equals script dot parent, and then we can also just do, probably need a cooldown, so we can do local cooldown equals false, and then we just need the player, so we can do local player equals game dot players dot local player. So once we have that, we can just actually make the animation. So we'll do local animation equals instance dot new, do animation, and then we can do, yeah, so that's good. Now that we have the animation, we can do local track equals nil, and then we'll do sword dot activated, tool dot activated, oops, I inserted this in the wrong thing. So we'll make sure the animation is actually underneath the sword, starter sword. So that makes sense. We'll do tool dot activated, colon connect function, and then we can do if cooldown, if not cooldown, and then we'll just do cooldown equals true, and we'll do cooldown equals false. We can put a wait right there. We'll do like wait 2 or wait 1. So now that we have that, we can do track equals script dot parent dot humanoid, and then we can do colon load animation, then we'll do animation, and then after that we can do track dot priority. I think I spelled that right. P-I-O, yeah. Priority equals enum dot animation property, enum. Animation dot priority, and then we can do action, and then we'll also do track dot looped. Or no, we don't need to do that. We'll do track colon play, and then we can wait maybe like 0.5. I don't know, however long you made your animation, just wait that long, because the cooldown is going to be how long they can't swing their sword for. So if we just click play, and basically what this should do is make it so that your player can swing the sword, but it's not going to do any damage yet. So if we use it and we click it, any errors in the output, this load animation requires the asset ID to not be empty. Alright, I know what happened. So basically what happened was we need to do the animation ID in the animation. So we can do animation ID like that, and not the animation. So I think that should work now. If we just click play. Any errors? Yes. Oh. Yeah, alright, so we instead of doing this, we can just do animation ID equals, that. So yeah, that makes sense. Alright, so if we just click play. Ooh, squeaky chair. Readjusting. Alright, so we do it, doesn't work. Output, no errors. Oh, okay, it is working. So, yeah, that's working. If I click really fast though, it's still letting me do it. I'm gonna make the cooldown just a bit longer. Alright, so if we do 1 or 0.9, we click play. Also, as you can see, it's kind of boring if you just have one animation. So I'm going to be adding a few different animations, and you guys can do that too. But if you don't want to, then just don't follow what I do. I'm actually not going to be making the animations on screen, so if we click, it won't let us do it for a while. So that's better. I have a few animation IDs up here, so we just need to make a few different animations. So we'll put a 1 in front of this. We can do local animation 2. Just copy this whole line. And then we can do local animation 2 and local animation 3. Make sure you put a 1 in front of that. And then copy this. Animation 2 and animation 3. And then I'm going to copy this ID that I have up right here. So, yeah. this. Actually, place it with this one. I'll copy this one too. So I basically have 3 animations. And then, yeah, so that's pretty much it. Oh, yes, we need to do function. So local function we'll do pick animation. Did I spell that right? No, I did not. So local pick animation, and let's just get the animations. And then, did I spell that right? No, I did not. So we'll do for I equals 1, comma, hashtag, and then we're gonna need the animations, so animations, like that, and we can do, and then we will do, actually we don't need to do that. We can do, I'm wondering if we should do, make the animations go in order right now, or make them random. Let's try making them go in order. So we'll do local animation to do equals 1. And then we can do if animation to do equals 1, then else if animation to do equals 2, then, and then we'll do another else if. So else if animation to do equals 3, then, and then in there we can make a function. So local function animation, load animation, I keep spelling animation wrong. Load animation, and then we'll get the animation. So I keep forgetting the A, that's what I'm doing. So we can do exactly this. So yep, that will work, and we can do load animation, and then we will do animation 1. We can copy this line, and we'll do animation 3, animation 2, and then also after this, pretty sure that will work, so we'll do wait 1. Depending on how long these are, I might have to do a wait in each single one. So what we will do is, oh yeah, we need to do, if the tool is unencrypted, so we'll do sword dot unencrypted :connect function, and then we will also do if track doesn't equal nil, then track : stop, and then we can also do cooldown equals false. So this is when they unencrypt it, we want to stop the animation, or the track. Oh, and also we need to do animation to do equals animation to do +1, or plus equals 1. We'll copy this in each of them. Or to make it even smaller, we will do 2 and 3, like that. Why is that erroring? If I take out this, does it stop erroring? Nope. Alright, so what did I delete? Nothing. Let's see if animation. Everything is good here. Why is that erroring? Huh, that's weird. So we'll do animation 2, 3, and then 1. Because once it's at 3, we'll go back to 1. Once it's on 1, we'll go to 2. And then once it's on 2, we'll go to 3, and so on and so forth. So if we click play, then what should happen is it will play all the different animations I made. Keep in mind you're going to need to make your own animations, but if you don't want to make your own animations, you'll just have that one that I did. So that single one. Yeah, 1. It's only doing 1. Why is that? Alright, we'll do something easier than that. We'll do this plus equals 1. Quick, see if there was any errors in the output. Nope, there wasn't. We click play. So in this tutorial, by the way, we're going to be doing the sword animation. We already did sword triggering, and then we will make the map. I might speed run that. You guys will watch me do it. 1, 1. These better not be all the same animations. Okay, no, they're not. Why is this not working? We'll do a quick print and see if it's working. Animation. We'll do print animation. Just like that. So when it first goes, it should be it should say 1 or 2. So it should say 2, I think. 2. Yep. Wait for the sword to load in. 3. Alright. 4. Oh yes, we need to do that. So it's gonna go over. Yeah, so it doesn't work anymore because we're going over 4. So if we just do oh my god, animation, that's what was wrong. So also we need to do if animation to do equals 3, then animation to do equals 1, else animation to do plus equals 1. So yeah, that should work now. If you guys want to add even more animations, then you just change those to whatever many animations you have. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is gonna work now. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that works now. So if we click stop, I'm just gonna be building the map real quick. I have a few assets I can load in. Or yeah, I might not have it on this. I'm gonna have to real quick join into a different game and then take them out. So I'll see you guys when I'm back. Alright guys, I'm back with my assets, so I'm just going to drag these down. And these are kind of looking plain with this lighting. I'm just going to change the contrast up a little bit. Hopefully that should help it. So if I just go into lighting, and in the lighting, everything looks good, so I'll insert a color correction effect, and I'll make the brightness up a little bit. Alright, maybe not. I'll change the contrast. Alright, that looks pretty good. Saturation, bump that up a little bit. And yeah, the speed looking in light are a lot nicer now. So let's take a look at these and see if they're nicer. Maybe even a little bit more. Yeah. That's quite a lot. Maybe less, change the brightness up. It's pretty bright. I would leave it at 0. And yeah, just mess with the contrast and the saturation until you got what you like. And yeah, I'm going to seed build this now, so I'll see you guys when I'm done.